Oh. Good evening, interweb. You do a lot of things when you're a record label boss. You're an A&R man, you hang out with bands, you order stock, you talk to a factory, you do the PR, you talk to journalists, at least the ones that answer the phone. You're a picker-packer. In fact, you're sometimes even on first-name terms with the nice people in the post office. I imagine they're watching now. But one thing I never thought I'd do, and that would be become a talk show host. But still, these are strange times. And, you know, if it was good enough for Tony Wilson, it's good enough for me. Although Tony Wilson's record label, of course, went bust. In fact, both of his record labels went bust. Happy Robots Records has at least only gone bust the once. So anyway, how hard can this be? You know, Joe Exotic has his own internet TV show, and things worked out okay for him in the end, yeah? So I'm Adam, good evening, and I'm the boss of Happy Robots Records. And this is what we call Bot TV. This is our first live magazine show, I think they call these things. Kind of like a lo-fi Terry Wogan, presented by a bald man in a very small room. You know, Terry Wogan wore a wig, you know, it's a true fact. Sorry to disappoint you. So I've got three guests for you tonight. I've got three acts from the Happy Robots label. At this point, I should cut to the green room, but that would involve pressing some more buttons. I don't want to do that. So from Dusseldorf, we have coming up Mood Tag. From New York, we'll have Roman Angelos. And from the other side of London, we will have Alice Hubble. So let's begin. Hello. Right, so first up tonight, we have on the left-hand side, based in Dusseldorf and Shanghai via Scotland. Yeah, they have a new album out on Happy Robots Records. It's called X04. Is that right? I can't pronounce anything related to you, you know. X4, there we go. It looks like this. Okay, X what?
X04.
X04, great. I've only said it about 100 times, so I didn't know how to pronounce it. It's a lovely piece of blue vinyl for any of you vinyl fetishists out there. And a lot of people have been saying very nice things about this record. If you like kind of old school krautrock, I think you're going to love this record. So, hello, Mood Tag guys. Hello. So it's Keiko and Keiko. Is that pronounced right? Yeah, I know you've used pseudonyms, sort of, as well, stage names.
I'm TDK.
And I'm Keiko.
Excellent.
And in the back, we have Fable. And Fable is also part of the Mood Tag collective, and he also is a photographer.
Oh, excellent. That's great. So,
and then we have of course, G-Check as well.
Hi.
Hello, at the back there. So, obviously, to us in the UK, seeing four people in a room, you know, is a bit weird because we haven't, like, you know, we're not supposed to have seen that for a while. But obviously, you're Dusseldorf, so it's all very acceptable over there because you're a kind of grown up. Yeah. So how has lockdown been for you? So it seems to me that kind of like I've seen you on social media and stuff, and like record stores and stuff have been open during the pandemic in Germany, which I'm very jealous about. I would love nothing more than to be able to go into a record shop. I also very much miss a good vegan burger as well, but that's another story. So yeah, what's it like over there?
It's pretty good. We've had a lockdown as well, but it hasn't been as severe as the one in the UK. And as long as people are sensible, they can still go around and lead their daily life. And and going to record stores, this is okay. It's been very good here.
Right. So that's the problem. I think we have trouble with being sensible over here. Maybe I'm just speaking from my own experiences of being a from Maidstone. All right, great. So the question that keeps coming up, the $1 million question is, how do you pronounce the band name? Okay, now it's a pretty basic question.
Yeah, we did that to ourselves. It's the band name is pronounced MOOD TAEG, and MOOD TAEG, and the name is a reference to the fact that we're all language teachers, and so it's a reference to the phonemic symbol for the letter A, or the sound A, and it's like an A and an upside down E. And so it's an in-joke for the band. It's a linguistic joke that nobody has got apart from us. Okay, so gonna make that clear. It's not a fun joke, it's a linguistic joke.
Although the other day there was a linguistic student from the Düsseldorf University who got that joke, actually.
So any linguist out there will get the joke, other people won't. It worked really well in Germany because the A and E in German is pronounced A anyway, so it works in Germany.
Okay. I'm sure it's a great joke to people in Germany.
It's not a great joke, but okay.
The other thing, obviously, is keeps coming up is, you know, your photos. There's two of you in the photos, if not sometimes one of you. And people say, well, this is supposed to be 3 people, and now you are 3 people in the room, but that's going to confuse even more because, you know, one of you is not actually in the photo. It was a minute ago. So yeah, there's 3 of you, right? Yeah, just to clarify.
Yeah, so there's myself and Keiko, and then Lowell Freeman, who is a Scottish man but lives in Shanghai.
Right.
So everything about the band is confusing.
Okay, yeah.
We're in Düsseldorf. I'm Scottish. Keiko is German. Lowell is in Shanghai, but he's Scottish. And later tonight we will see his hands.
Great, that's good. I do like a good pair of hands. Speaking of somebody with like freakishly tiny hands, but I do have big feet, so apparently that's important too. So what was I going to say? What was my next question? Well, I think maybe we'll cut over to our first premiere of the night, if that's okay. If I can get this to work, I think I roll my mouth this way. So we've got the video now. No one's seen this before. Of I'm not going to pronounce this wrong now, aren't I? Deictics? Deictics, is that right? Deictics. Oh, there we go.
It's another linguistic reference.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm sure somebody out there's getting it. Okay. Yeah. So let's click on the video. Okay, and I'll have to push some buttons now. I'm sure Wogan has someone to do this for him.
Is
okay, you're based half in Dusseldorf, half in Shanghai.
Yeah.
How do you work in terms of like collaborating and writing across such distances? I guess you've kind of got a Dropbox Pro account at least.
Well, that's what we do. So we simply, I have the studio here, and then we'll work on tracks, and then we'll send them to Lowell in Shanghai. And we generally have a similar system in terms of the studio setup. And then he'll add something to it, and it's just back and forwards with that. That's just the way it is. But it works very well. We did that for the remix for Alice's track Goddess as well, and it's very easy.
Wow, that's good.
Technology is very easy.
Surely you must have the odd kind of like, oh, I don't like that. Send it back.
Yeah, but it's a full democracy in the band. So there's no ego. If people if they say don't like it, then we take it out.
Wow.
We're concerned about making the music the best that we can make it. You can be very honest. If you don't like something, just say it, and that's it. It's done.
A band with no ego. Now that's a first. I'm a solo act, and I'm still hissy fits with myself.
But it's true. It's true. We've made a point of that, and we can be quite honest with each other as well. I just want to say one thing. I want to say again, a shout out to Lotte Bornstein, who made the video for Dialectics. She's another part of the sort of wider MOOD TAEG collective, and as well. So I just want to say thank you to her for doing that for us as well. Yeah,
it's great. I love your visuals.
Yeah, we're very lucky with the people that we have, with Fable and with Lotte and other people that are doing things for us.
I remember you did change the artwork to the album many times.
We did.
Remember. It's different. I love all of them equally, but it's like, come on, guys, which one's it going to be this week?
Well, you can speak to Keiko because she provides all the artwork for the band as well.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's
but it's also difficult because you have an idea in your head about what the artwork should look like, and we were concerned about the idea. But first of all, it has to fit that 12-inch format. CDs or anything else, we're not really that concerned with. And you want to see the artwork and know that it will function in its natural environments in a record shop or those kind of things. And so it's difficult to kind of finalize that idea. We're super happy with the way it's turned out. I think it couldn't have been better for the album.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Now, look, I know the Happy Robots audience pretty well, and I know there's one or two kind of geeky people. I hope there's a few geeky people watching, because there probably won't be anyone watching if there isn't. I know a few people would like to know kind of what gear you use, what equipment you use, because you've got a very kind of classic, vintagey kind of sound. I was kind of wondering if you use dusty old synths and stuff. But thankfully, you've answered that already. You've prepared something earlier for me, just like Blue Peter. So now I'm going to cut over to Shanghai. Yeah.
Yes.
Show people around the studio, because I know they want to see this.
And you can see a lot of
this live stream. This is Lowell from MOOD TAEG. I thought I'd give you a little look at our studio, or one of them anyway. So this studio here, this would be where we record most of the kind of stranger stuff. So we have another studio where we might record the more kind of conventional bass, guitar, drums, that kind of stuff. That would be DK's kind of thing that he does. And then this studio here is where we kind of bring it all together and add all the little kind of ditties and effects and weird things that kind of bring everything together. So I mean, as you can see here, this would be the kind of guitar rig essentially. So we've got more of an analog setup here at the bottom, kind of mainly distortion. And then here at the top we've got a more kind of further analog stuff here. So this is a lovely little sexy little filter that just sounds great on everything you put through. It's very, very dirty. This one's kind of quite clean, kind of more of just a general low pass warmish filter. And then we've also got this kind of digital box here, which kind of, it's more multi-effects. But I mean, quite often we'll use both these in conjunction. We might go analog first and into here for reverbs or delays or that kind of stuff, or vice versa. We take it here, so this is the kind of slide guitar that we did most of the kind of weirder stuff. That 2MR track, all the kind of weird distortion, picky effects are all done on this guitar here. This is a nice little cool box. This kind of stutters, plays little loops and clips, very short bursts of sound. This sounds fantastic going into this filter over here. Bog standard mixer. In terms of effects, these are both digital, but they emulate analog tape machines again. So quite often what we'll do is we might put a guitar through these kind of tape effects, then so digital send it into analog, send it back into something else. Things tend to go around in kind of loops and circles. We got this thing here. This is a valve kind of mixer. So again, often what we'll do is the guitars will go into here first. This acting as a kind of preamp guitar. The guitar will go into this mixer. This then will be sent into the effects kind of chain. In terms of synthesizers, as you can see, here's like a mono synth. I have 3. I'm not really sure why I've got 3, but they're really this does all the bass and all the kind of high lead synth sounds, and often I'll stack them together, so you might have 2 playing together. I've also got a little stereo homemade filter here. I made that myself. Again, that's stereo. These ones here are mono, so this kind of adds another little flavor. I can put things that pan left and right, just a bit more interesting. In terms of synthesizers for the album, this little box here is wonderful. I know that Alice, another artist from the label, uses one of these, because I noticed when we did a remix she had like a track with this. This thing's excellent. Little string machine. What I do find with this is it's very bright, so often I'll put the string machine into this filter just to kind of warm it up and kind of take off the top end. So these go well together. These are little vocals. These are actually quite new. None of these are on the album, but they will be on the new album. I've been using this modular, and the drum actually really fits well. Even this one, this is an FM synthesizer, but it just has that lovely brightness that fits in a track. Again, I've been putting that through these filters recently, and it just brings out something special for what is essentially quite a small little box. In terms of the studio else, most of the electronic drums get recorded from this drum pad here. They're all played in manually. Very little quantization. We just kind of keep it a little bit rough. Got a couple of other synthesizers here. As you can see, this is a very kind of minimal home studio. Nothing really fancy. So there's not a lot of equipment going into the album. Of course, as I said, DK has his own studio, which is kind of more conventional in the sense of, as I said, it's guitars and bass and that kind of stuff. So I guess that would be it, really. So hope that's been a little bit interesting for you guys, and thanks everyone for buying our album, and just a good shout out to Adam and all the other people on the label. Okay, cheers.
Well, I said it would get a bit geeky, and it did, but it was cool. I liked it. I'm sure other people watching it did as well. Don't know about my kids though. Might be a bit much for them. Okay. Do you have any plans to play live? I mean, I'm asking this kind of forgetting the fact that there's kind of a global pandemic going on around us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seems to be the logical progression now from, you record it, you release it, and then you play live. We have, So at the moment, we're just we had things together for the live for some live performances, but as you're saying, coronavirus puts an end to that. So we had gigs arranged in Düsseldorf, but also Berlin, for the launch of the album. So that's basically on ice at the moment. But as soon as we have a chance, and I think that in Germany it might be around August, we might have the. So there's a good chance that in August this will be the time for playing live.
Well, brilliant. That's superb. Well, look, we're that's all we've got time for today from the MOOD TAEG collective. But I hope you're going to come back and do this again. Now I've got all the things to work anyway, and maybe a show from home would be great.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that. I'm sure our the Happy Robots crew who are listening in would like to hear that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's been brilliant talking to you guys.
Okay, great. Cheers, Alan.
Thank you.
See you soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that was MOOD TAEG, and their album is available from our Bandcamp, and of course Bandcamp's donating its revenue share today, so we've still got time to pick it up. And I'm happy to pop down the post office tomorrow morning because I like those people very much. Okay, our next guest. We are going over to Brooklyn in New York. I can't do the voice accent even. Okay, we have coming up Roman Angelos, known to his friends and family in the real world as Rich Bennett. Roman Angelos is Rich's opportunity to explore his love of the sort of music that I label in my record collection as exotica. It kind of sounds like the soundtrack to retro TV ads, video games, and so on. Okay, so let's bring him on board. Roman Angelos, are you there?
I'm here live from Brooklyn.
Woo! Great to hear from you. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's quite a scene here.
I'm going to say, are things hotting up there, or cooling down, or just somewhere in the middle?
I guess somewhere in the middle. It's this weekend was really brutal and scary and all sorts of things, and it's sort of cooled down a little bit, but it's still pretty intense. And I hear the choppers every night, and police sirens. If there's anybody out there who for some reason doesn't know what I'm talking about the protests in the wake of the murder of George Floyd, and just the general discontent with the race relations in our city and our country. To get real for a second.
Hold on, I haven't had my drink yet. Yeah, okay. Let's line it up a bit, okay? Now, my kids are big fans of Roman Angelos, as I've told you before. They absolutely love the stuff. I think it's the first record on Happy Robots that they've really connected with. They've got a little den under their bed, and they sit and they play it, and they absolutely love it. And they're watching now, which is why I have to avoid swearing, even when talking about our government or your government. So I've described Roman Angelos' music as exotica. Now, how would you describe it? Where would you find it in your record collection?
I think for me, it sits like right on the library category. And I mean, that's a pretty broad, genre, but when I was creating it, that was exactly what I was thinking. And I love that style of music that's like tailor-made for a specific reason, or this is meant for a game, this is meant for the happy theme, this is meant for the woman going away and not looking back to her long lost love. So I put it in with those library records, KPM and all that. Movie soundtracks, maybe.
Well, sorry?
Oh, I said maybe some movie soundtracks. There's some movie TVs.
Yeah. I might have a big section for that, sort of, mainly Jeff Love doing movie soundtracks, stuff like that. I love that. So this record, in case people out there haven't bought it yet, it's on clear vinyl, and there's actually only 2 copies left in the UK. It's handmade vinyl, 2 copies left in my cupboard. So get in there fast if you want it. Oh, I've meant to change the text here as well. There is the URL for if you want to buy it. Pro, eh? So I think let's play some music. Okay. First up, we can. Roman Angelos' songs are very distinctive in their brevity. I mean, your whole album is 11 minutes long, I think. So we can fit in exclusive premieres now of 3 videos, and I think that's about 2 minutes. So I'm going to play now Please Hold the Elevator, Himalayan Cats with AK-47s, and Secret Secret, yeah? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Awesome. I love it. You certainly, if you're a DJ, you certainly can't put on a Roman Angelos track and then go out and make a cup of tea or something.
No, I've made it hard for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you put together all the videos yourself?
Yes. I mean, my friend Mari Rosa did the animation for AK-47.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah. I mean, I edited in some things later on, but I put together all of them, and I did it in the first week of quarantine here. Gave myself a nice little project to do.
Yeah.
And it was good to have something to really focus on for those first 2 weeks, because I thought I'd go insane staying inside, and somehow I haven't, afterwards.
Do you have a garden? We've gone crazy for gardening in the UK. It's great, it's like the Second World War or something.
I've been using my neighbors. My neighbors absconded to Maine and they left the backyard. So I've been hanging out there and I've been doing yard work, not really gardening, but so anyway.
Okay, well, I'll talk to Alice later about my courgette plants then. So I know that Roman Angelos is one of many musical projects you're involved with. I know you've done lots of production work already for Happy Robots. You've done stuff for Alice. You've done stuff for Sinosa, Rodney Cromwell, Hologram Teen. How do you think being on the production side compares to being on the writing side of things?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, and for me, I think it always comes down to arrangement, no matter what I'm working on. So for production, I get something from Alice, or I get something from Hologram Teen, and it's kind of, what have I received? What sounds are fitting in where? How are they going to play with each other? If I'm coming from the bottom up with a production, it's like the same thing. We worked on the Hologram Teen record, from the bottom up. Morgan and I, and we chose a lot of stuff based on how the songs fit. And so when I compose, it's the same thing. It's kind of like, okay, this song has got enough going on in the middle, so we need some tinkly stuff here, or it's missing this. So I think with both of them, they both relate to how things are arranged, how they fit together sonically, and so.
Cool. Okay. So who are your production heroes? Do you have heroes?
I got heroes. Do you want me to do the New York accent? I got heroes.
Yeah.
Heroes.
Love it.
I'm from a very like kind of like old, New York Italian family. I can do the accent pretty well. Anyway, so
Can you make meatballs for 20 guys? Like my kids love that bit of Godfather. We've done that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm going to teach you, in case you ever need to cook for 20 guys. Put a little wine in.
Yeah, a bit of sugar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to two of my fans there, Benedict and Jude. Thanks for listening. So production heroes. Yeah, I'd say on the strictly production side, like the Mitchell Froome, Chad Blake team who did those Suzanne Vega records, that sits up really high, like 9 Objects of Desire. And then I think a lot of the other people fall into, again, like the composer category, like Sven Labayak, who did Inner Space and Solar Flares record, like a library thing. His composing, it just like, it creates the production, So I'd say that those are more my heroes. Ennio Morricone. Who doesn't like some Ennio?
Superb. So you're also an artist with the band Limoncello, yeah? You got a new record out. Did you want to plug that as well while you're here?
Sure, yeah. Limoncello, Brazilian funk, disco, upbeat kind of stuff, with the woman who did the animation for that Cats video. Oh, yeah. And it's out on Far Out Recordings. And it's been a project going on for a while. It's really fun. It's fun to explore that as people listening to these songs, maybe for the first time, wouldn't be surprised that there's some serious bossa nova influences going on and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's, am I slicing the garlic with a razor blade? Somebody asks me. No, I actually think that that's really stupid to do. I just want to say, because it just disappears into the oil and it doesn't make any sense. Sorry.
That's a top tip for our viewers there. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, we got 3 more Roman Angelos exclusive videos now. So these are, we've got the Undercover, Highway Chase, and Electric Zone, yeah? So here we go. Let's click the button and hope it all works. Hello, welcome back. Okay,
Yes.
Rich. Now I know that kind of Roman Angelos is quite a pretty light-hearted, joyful project. But I know you do have a serious side. I know you do a lot of political work out there in NYC. I guess you're up to your eyes in it at the moment.
Yeah, if you do that kind of work, you're always up to your eyes, and it's often not very lovely work. It's putting together lists to mail people about candidates and, putting together forums and stuff like that. But yeah, now is it's a real moment to hopefully seize on and, get some people elected, at least from what I'm doing, get some people elected who are really serious about like making changes, looking into stuff, who are part of their community, who really listen to the members of their community. And, without going too much on a soapbox, that's what I'll say that I do. Unless you want me to get on a soapbox.
Good. You're breaking up a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, good. Hopefully it's not a sign there's something going on outside, like people burning down phone masts or anything. That's what they do over here. No. Good. Well, let's end on a nice light note. Yeah, you're going to give us a little bit of a live performance. Yeah. I'm gonna
try.
Fantastic. So, what are you going to play for us tonight?
Oh, I'm going to play a little of one of my favorite TV themes, the theme from the American version of The Price is Right. Though I loved that British version you sent me. It felt like going into some alternate universe.
Yeah, it's pretty much that was what the 1980s were like, really. Yeah. Great. Well,
all right.
Yeah, let's hear this. I'll hide myself. Well, hey, thank you very much. I loved it. It makes you want to just rush out and buy a caravan or like a food processor or something or whatever. I don't know if that's
the latest Roman Angelos release.
Yeah. I hope that means there's something else in the pipeline. Yeah, a whole album of TV themes, covers.
Maybe
if there's any commercial kind of possibility in it or whatever opportunities. So yeah, okay. On subject of commercial opportunities, yeah, here's the album. I've got 2 more copies left in vinyl. I think I did the last time I looked. And there's some. I've actually got 2. Yep. I've got some. I have got some CD, a couple of CDs as well. I'll put. If you buy the record, you get the CD free. But I've got a couple of extra CDs, so I'll maybe put them on next week. Rich, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's been great. Good luck with all the work you're doing over there.
Thanks.
The whole world has got their fingers. Well, not the whole world, obviously, but yeah.
Some don't.
Yeah, a good portion. It's been great to talk to you, and I hope to have you back sometime soon.
Thanks again, Adam.
Okay, thank you. Roman Angelos, everybody. Fantastic. Okay. This is exhausting, this. I don't know how Terry Wogan used to do it every night of the week. Okay, so our next guest, if I can find her, there she is. Alice Hubble coming up. Full disclosure here, I have known Alice for a very long time now. I'm not entirely sure she'd want me to tell everyone about the time when we met. We were in a band together called Arthur and Martha, and then we formed Happy Robots together. But we effectively went bust and moved our separate ways. But in the last few years, you know, I started doing music again, and we kind of really reconnected. And then I ended up putting out Alice's debut solo album on the label, Polar Lictor. And it's been a real joy reconnecting. So let's join Alice from North London. Okay, where are you? Here we are. Alice,
hey, how you doing?
very good, actually. I've still not touched my drink yet.
You're doing great. It's
being a grown-up.
well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've got my gin and tonic here. So.
Oh, lovely. I had one too many of them yesterday.
Yeah.
So what has lockdown been like for you? I've seen shots on the internet of your balcony where you've been busy planting things up. Is this a hidden talent I don't know about? Green fingers.
Well, it initially started me going, okay, I need to sort out the balcony, seeing as there's not many places we can go. And it started off, okay, I'll just get some herbs and salad. And then next thing I knew, we've got tomato plants, we've got what else have we got? Pak choi, chard, spinach, some tomato plants. Did I say that? And yeah, and loads of flowers, and it's getting a little bit out of control now. So we basically can't leave. I mean, we're not going anywhere, so just watch them grow for entertainment.
I repainted the shed roof. That's what I got up to. So it's about a year though since Goddess came out, as you reminded us the other day on social media. That was your breakthrough single. I think that's what they call it in the industry. It was certainly one of the biggest label. Yeah, I mean, so it had a ton of radio play on Six Music. There's some lovely stuff in the press. So when it all happened, did you like crack open the champagne and put your feet up, or did you feel any kind of extra pressure on you?
What after Goddess, or yeah, I think you definitely, because I mean, when I started recording that album, first of all, I didn't even have the name Alice Hubble, but I was just sort of writing it, going, I want to do this project that's me on my own, and you've got no expectations, and then there's sort of, then you have a bit of success, and then you're like, oh, do people expect something? And then you sort of realize that you just have to sort of get over that and think about what people liked about that track and maybe what you would do with future stuff. So I've kind of so yeah, I don't think we celebrated enough with it last year. I think I went from one thing to one thing, and then yeah, so this year, like in the last few months, it's been I've had a little bit more space to try and continue writing the follow-up, so which is coming along slowly.
Good. Well, we did go rather heavy in the Weatherspoons that one night, though. So your latest project is Adra Hubble. It's not on Happy Robots, but I'll get over that because it's for charity. Yeah. So it's a collaboration with Andy Abbott. So how did that project come about?
So Richard from Signal Recordings, who also was in the band Hood and played in loads of bands over the years, he contacted me right at the beginning of lockdown and said that they were putting together this compilation, which was distance collaborations, so collaborations between at least 2 households recorded during lockdown, and he asked if I would like to contribute something. And Andy, we reconnected in December when we both supported Beak up at the Broodnell in Leeds, and he had we'd been in touch because he'd also done a remix for a forthcoming single, and and he just seemed like we were chatting, and he just seemed like someone who would be great to work with. And actually, yeah, he sent me some stuff. I spent a couple of days recording synths, but literally it was all improvised, very little edits. Most of them, like the lyrics weren't even written down. Like I was just sort of singing whatever was in my head a little bit. And it turned out really well. We had a whole EP of tracks. So the compilation that came out was a fundraiser compilation to raise money to buy PPE for the NHS, and I think it's raised now almost £2,000, I think, which is great. I'm really pleased. And the EP came out on Signal Recordings as well, also for the same fundraiser. Yeah.
Great. Well, how about we hear some of it then?
Yeah.
So another exclusive for Bot TV. I've lost count of the amount of exclusives tonight. This is another song I can't pronounce. La Arana.
I think that's right. Yeah, it means spider in Spanish.
So this is Adra Hubble with spider in Spanish. Okay, let's play the video.
This feels like home, but something is different. Can't explain. She'll drag you in. You cannot leave this world. You take a step and then another, climbing higher to get you anywhere it won't matter. She'll drag you in. You cannot leave this world. This feels like home, but something is different. I can't explain. She'll drag you in. You cannot leave this world. You take a step and then another, climbing higher to get you anywhere it won't. She'll drag you in. You cannot leave this world.
Okay, I cut myself in a bit early, you know, but hey, I'm not.
That's all right.
That's lovely. So, where can people buy that?
Over on Bandcamp, on the Signal Recordings Bandcamp. I'll put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
So I can do the thing. Right. Great. So it feels like you've done a lot of improvisational stuff this year. So you've done the actual Hubble project, and then you did the Damo Suzuki gig, where you put together the Damo Suzuki backing band. Is this a side of Alice Hubble you kind of expand further?
I enjoy doing it. Like I kind of, I think a lot of the time with how I write, I get very much in my head and into the nitty gritty of the kind of recording aspect. And one of the nice things about improvisation is you just sort of, like you sort of just have to concentrate on the music and playing, and it's very meditative. It's quite weird thinking that Damo Suzuki show is the only show that I have one other gig booked at the moment for October, so who knows, maybe, but I'm also, it's hard to tell really what's happening.
Come on, Boris, sort it out. All right.
But yeah, as I think so initially with lockdown, I kind of was like, oh, in a month or so it will be, I don't know, you're sort of optimistic about what is going on, and then it goes on and you're like, everything's getting cancelled kind of, and you just sort of realize you just got to sit and wait it out. It's kind of it's a bit frustrating because I booked quite a lot of shows, but at the same time, like, I'm healthy and I like my flat. I've got a room full of synthesizers, so actually, like, it's kind of
well, Roman Angelos is eyeing up your record collection. So, watch out. It's obviously a very worrying time to be involved in making live music and performing. Yeah, especially if you're a promoter or you own a venue or something. It's very good. You had some good shows lined up. But can you see like any kind of opportunities, any positive things that might come out of the big pause for the music side of things?
I mean, for me personally, just actually being able to have a quieter life and sort of catch a break was actually really good for me. I think I am exploring doing a live show. But I think it'll be pre-recorded video, and in a way trying to take what the Alice Hubble live show is, but making it more of a kind of live performance thing. I actually just filmed some green screen stuff today, and to experiment with having the projections like me, so it'll be, so, I mean, that is, I wouldn't have done that if we had been doing lockdown, but I mean, I think, but also for me at the moment, even if things got a bit better, I don't really want to put other people in a position until this is all kind of like, I don't know, you feel a sort of obligation to that people are going to be safe when they come to see you play. So it's
of course.
yeah.
Okay, so what music's been helping you through lockdown? I mean, you got a massive record collection behind you. I mean, puts mine to shame, frankly. I mean,
these are all my boyfriend Tom's. These are all mine in the corner here, and they're all the ones that look really scruffy. So mine is all the £5 records. But I did buy at the beginning.
Behind your head.
Yes,
the Clone album, yes.
Yeah. So, there we go. The Clone album, and we also got this just the other day, which is really good. Reichman, Wunderbar.
That looks like, I bet the Electricity Club know all about that album. That's got the look of an album the Electricity Club would know.
Actually, Tom Googled it. And the only thing online was actually a piece from the Electricity Club. And it's really sad, actually. The guy who recorded it, he was attacked in a random knife attack, and was killed like days before the record came out. So he never got to see like his success. But there's some really good tunes. One of the tracks was on a compilation that Tim Game compiled recently, so that's where we heard it.
Great. So how is your second album coming along?
Okay, so I went in the studio in September, I've done some songs.
Boss, yeah. No pressure.
I would say that I have quite a few songs brewing since lockdown, and I think initially I was struggling a little bit with creativity, but I feel like on Monday I wrote a track that I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. So it's coming along. I think I mean, the one thing for me with how I record is I tend to get recordings as far as I can at home, and then either work remotely, say with a producer, I worked with Rich, which was fantastic, or I would go into a studio and work with a drummer and a producer. So I'm just sort of thinking about how I can do that, or what could be possible, or whether I can work with someone remotely who but it's sort of easier being in a studio with someone else. But we'll see. Maybe I don't know, maybe things will change.
Well, there's no rush, of course. There's still life in the
yeah.
It has actually sold out in the Happy Robot shop at the moment, but you can still get it. I think our distributor still got some, so you can still get it like online in the record store or whatever. And we do have CDs as well. I still have some CDs here. I think let's have a little blast of something let's have a little blast of Goddess though. So this is the breakthrough hit. Let's round up the show with a blast of your hit. So here we go.
Cool.
There we go. Right.
That's me.
your feelings. She's the one you're worshipping. Next to her, you're merely nothing.
Okay, there we go. Not very good fade out there, was it?
I was joining in with the arm moves a little bit. So,
yes, indeed. It's a great video, that one, obviously. It's not a fun recording it, I assume.
Oh yes, Adam. Of course, I had lots of fun with you recording it.
It's been an awful long time to edit it, mind you. An awful lot of train journeys that took. Now we're almost at the end now. No, I know you've taken your first foray into live streaming already. How did you find that?
So I played a live gig on Zoom a couple of weeks ago, which Adam did come and watch. It's very strange playing a gig and finishing a track and everyone being on mute, so you just sort of get this like silence, and there is like just like Tom in the room, and I mean, I feel like I have played some gigs like that in the past that were actually sort of proper gigs with.
They're normally with Arthur and Martha, though. Alice.
Yes. Hi, Anna.
There's Kate here. Kate was always our one person in the audience.
Yes. Shout out to Kate, and but it was fun. Like, I had my computer here so I could kind of watch it, and my friend Jill's cats she was playing with her cats at one point, and there was like cuddly toys dancing. There was a couple arguing in a kitchen. Like, it's sort of interesting that you sort of get an insight into everyone's like Friday night with those things. So yeah, it was fun. Let's do another Zoom gig.
Let's do one of these. Let's do a live Alice Hubble gig from your home as well in the near future. Now I've worked out how the technology works. Okay, Alice, it was brilliant to talk to you.
Do that.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Record Polar Lictor. We've still got the LP in the shops, and we've got the CD here. But if you buy the digital on Bandcamp, all the proceeds in the next couple of hours will still go to Black Mike. Okay, well, Alice, thank you very much. It's been great to talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Oh, she did say at the end there, thanks everyone for watching. That's it from the first live bot TV show. I hope it all worked okay. Yes, and hopefully we'll see you another one of these things in the near future. And now all I have to do is press this button and run the closing credits. As I say, thank you very much for joining us. Adios, my friends.